Name that player. So I got 3 different stages: the SICKO stage, the You're Good stage, and it's kind of a layup stage. I'm going to give these 3 and give some stats, give some information about this player, and you have to guess this player. So whether you're watching on YouTube or checking us out on the Beyond the Monster Diamond Discourse podcast channel, wherever you get your podcast, Spotify, Apple, all that good stuff, you can follow along. Pause it if you need to, if you want to take a guess. But are you a baseball sicko? Are you good at naming these players? Or are you a baseball beginner? Are you a novice here? We'll find that out here as I relay these 3 sets of info, analytics, statistics, whatever you want to call it. So the SICKO stage is the analytics side of things. So this player had a 12.3% barrel rate last year, a 53.3% hard hit rate. Both of those metrics were career highs for this player. He had a 151 WRC plus. 151 WAR would have been otherworldly, so that's not what he had. He had a 151 WRC plus and a 6.3 wins above replacement. So this guy had a fantastic 2024 season. So baseball sickos, can you name this player? I'll give you a second as I ramble on to see if you're a sicko or if you're just a baseball. Are you a true baseball savant, or are you just a baseball watcher, follower? Or are you just getting in the game? We're going to find that out now. So let's get to the next stage of clues. Some of the production stats, or what we call in fantasy baseball the surface stats. He had a 292 average, 36 home runs, 188 runs plus RBIs, and a 372 OBP. So he got on base at almost a 37% clip. He scored a lot of runs, drove in a lot of runs, swatted a ton of home runs, 36 career high for this player, and batted nearly 300. So who is this player? Who is this potential, top of the league producer? I mean, these numbers they're so good. Who is it? Who is it? Can you guess? Name that player. And the last set of information that I'll go ahead and give, the clues that I'll extend to you guys, is this. Some of his personal info. He's a second baseman. He's 31 years old. He's a switch hitter. And he has only played on 2 teams throughout his career. Can you name this player? And I'll give you one more hint. The 2 teams that he played on, they're on the western side of the United States. Can you name this player? I'll give you 3. I'll give you 2. I'll give you 1. Hopefully you were able to pick out that this is Ketel Marte. And Ketel Marte, folks, had a unbelievable 2024 campaign, MVP-esque type season. And of course, he never really warranted that type of hype because Shohei Ohtani plays in the NL, so he was never really a true contender in that sense. But when you look at the numbers, almost 300, he had a WOBA almost 400. I mean, he was awesome last year. He was awesome. And his ability to score runs, drive in runs, hit home runs, the stolen bases weren't high, only 7, but I mean, he was a massive, massive, massive value for the Diamondbacks. He was a great player for them last year, and I expect a lot of the same. It seems as if he's kind of taken this next step in his career. When you look at a lot of the underlying metrics, like I mentioned, the barrel rate, career high, hard hit rate, career high. And then, a lot of his X stats, his XBA, X slugging, X WOBA, all of those are either right around his actual surface stat or even better, which goes on to prove that, there's a lot of luck in baseball when you're up over 600 ABs. You sometimes it kind of bounces your way, sometimes it doesn't. When you look at his BABIP, 299, that's right around right around his career average. This is not a season where he just got a lot of good luck. He's actually projected this year to have a higher BABIP. So a lot of the balls that he puts in place, we're expecting more hits out of it this year. But if he's going to hit the ball, and barrel it up 12% of the time, hit the ball hard over 50% of the time, exit velo highest it has been since 2015 at 117, 94 exit velocity on a consistent basis, man, Ketel Marte was great in 2024. And for all you fantasy players, be excited for him in 2025. I think he's going to be worth the ADP. He's going to be worth the selection, especially in points leagues where you're not worried about stolen bases as much. I'll go on a rant about fantasy and my thoughts on that and how to make it better at some point. But that's not the meaning of this segment. This is Name That Player. Are you a sicko? Are you a fan? Or are you a baseball casual? Where did you guess Ketel Marte? Even if you did, make sure you leave in the comments. Are you a sicko? Are you a fan? Or whatnot. So I want to know, did you guess it? And when did you guess it? Because Ketel Marte was this week's Name That Player.